Let's talk about going to the LDBC Love Triangle. Davidson B. Bivol, Javante Davidson, Michi Bivol been able to duck without no problem. Um, and we talking about Keyshawn on this apology tour. It's because them niggas done turned his water off. So that motherfucker probably ain't got no money saved neither. And they probably recoup some. They probably recoup some money from him too. Come on. They probably recoup some money. But apparently, I don't know if a lot of people seen this video. You got baby mama's boy. Y'all know y'all boy Blue Balls. He basically said that he said that the least attorney, aka Better Call Saul, basically was trying to, clap him and BFGBE, whatever that boy name is, cheeks. He said the universe told, Better Call Saul said the universe told him to connect physically with BGMFEG, whatever his name is, and with himself, Blue Balls. So at the end of the day, I mean, backdoor you, reading Rainbow Crew, you know, you know why you didn't know why a lot of y'all didn't fit in, because you wouldn't let the least attorney in. You want to know why you didn't fit in? You didn't let the least attorney in. Blue blood, like, I can't go there, brother. I can't go there with you, brother. I can't spread my cheeks and let you wax my balls, my horse, brother. So he talked about it. He basically said, for now I wanted to hit it from the Bizak. He want that LDBC love. I ain't surprised neither. Negro probably was bending over 7'8". Y'all niggas ain't know it. He probably was bending them over. Man, I knew them niggas is weird, bro. At they meetups, it's 10 niggas in a hotel room. At the Motel 5.5. They ain't even at the Motel Super 8. They at the Motel 5.5 in the room doing push-ups. Yeah, look at him, man. He's sweating already. See, man. So it ain't no surprise. They want that thug in love. Come on. The universe told Better Call Saul to connect with two other brothers. Oh my God. The universe told him, Blue Blood, toot it up, nigga. Toot it up. Oh my God. Universe told him, toot that thing up, mommy. I want that. I told you niggas was weird, bro. They doing meetups. With that Sean Combs baby oil. Popping perk 10s and shit. You better not go to an LDBC meetup. Don't drink the Hawaiian punch. It might be you gonna wake up. It ain't no fun if the least attorney can't have none. It ain't no fun if the least attorney can't have none. Blue blood like, brother, I don't go there, brother. I don't go there, brother. This is I don't go there, brother. He's like, oh my God. If I had time, if I didn't get off later, I would have did this for the desk. I can't go there with you, brother. You can't just physically contact my cheeks. You must send a cash app, my brother. You must super chat to access Blue Ball's cheeks. Come on. You must super chat to access Blue Ball's cheeks. You must super chat, my brother. You must super chat to send those cheeks. If you become a diamond member, you have unlimited access to my cheeks. Told you, man, a lot of them niggas' infatuation with dudes was like mad weird. They was mad weird, bro. Come on, man. And that's why he hate on Buzz so much. That's why he hate on Buzz so much. Because he was so much an Earl Spence fan. This nigga he like black dudes. No, come on. He like black guys. That's why he got so much skin in the game. You know? That's why he got so much skin in the game. That's why. Come on, man. They in a hotel together. They on the elevator together. Now all of a sudden, the universe told him to connect with another man, 2 other men. And, you know, the old buddy, the other dude, he a little rap kind of crazy. He probably been touched. He kind of give me like, he kind of remind me of the Charlo twin that's crazy. He probably been touched. Come on, man. Blue Blood, no, he flying out. He flying out the Fag 9. He flying out there. He gonna be playing Touch Me, Tease Me, Hold Me Tight and Don't Let Go. Long as you send that cash app, I'm here for show. Come on, man. Nigga tried to split Blue Blood cheeks, bruh. It's wild. You know, Negro, you know, he was penitentiary nigga, man. He told my man, I can't fight by him, but I'm gonna try to grab you. So I already know. He was in there getting his shit clapped. At the meet and greets. He said, hey, yo, for 9, man, you gotta lose some weight before I clap your cheeks, man. That's why he likes CC so much. That bitch dick bigger than his. Yeah, CC, man. I mean, I had to leave the boxing world, man, cause CJ ran me up out of here, man. You know, I ain't really know nothing about boxing, and I couldn't talk about the penitentiary, man, cause I couldn't fight, and I had to give it up, man. I had to give up this pussy to surprise, but for Fag 9, man, you just gotta lose some weight, man. You know, same thing. I gave 7-8 some Ozempic, man. He lose some weight. Me and CC be running up in them together, man. Yeah, man. Just lose a little weight, man. You can get down. Just lose a little weight, man. I'm telling you. It's Texas, man. You know, in Dallas, man, we got one of the biggest LGBTQIG communities down here, man. Ain't nobody gonna judge you, man. Ain't nobody gonna judge you, man. I promise you, man. 7-8 got the Bible oil, man. We ain't gonna judge you, man. Think about it. You have all these weird ass niggas, man, connecting with each other. They connecting with each other. And a lot of them moved down to Texas for each other. Are we done yet? And they moved down to Texas. Miles. Thank you. Good boy. You still young. You're still young at heart. And a lot of them moved down to Texas to be with each other. A lot of them moved next to each other. I moved to Austin. I'm gonna move to Dallas. Y'all thought it was on some Earl Spence shit, or I went to Dallas and liked it. No. They was having them take them parties. They was in a hotel room together doing push-ups at the Motel 5.5. Y'all just thought they wasn't no bitches around. They ain't hired no top rank girls. It was just a bunch of niggas. It was just a bunch of niggas in a hotel room. Wasn't no suite, wasn't no embassy suite or no. Them niggas was in a Motel 5.5 doing push-ups versus each other. Y'all thought it ended at a push-up, nigga? Hell no. That's why Blue Blood Black, I'm an affiliate. I ain't really LDBC because you got to get welcome to the car wash. You got to get welcomed in like the car wash. You catch what I'm saying? You got to roll, bounce. Roller skating. Come on, man. Them niggas was doing bust down Tatiana. They was busting each other down. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. They all moved to Texas to be bussy boys. Remember that song by Gucci Walking, Ferrari boys, bussy boys. Come here. Stay out my lane. Stay out my ass. But bussy boys, you see the chain. Stay out my ass. Yes. Blue Blood was on the inch. He was on the inch yard line, about to ram it in. They was like, we gotta ram it in for you to be fully LDBC. He was like, brother, I can't go there, brother. I'll just be an affiliate. We'll be in touch. Y'all thought because he had more subs than 7A? Nah. He wouldn't sell that bussy. He wouldn't give him that bussy. He wouldn't give up the bussy. That's why he told his truth. He said, look here, brother, I'm married, brother. I can't go there with you, brother. Come here. Come on, man. The local Diddy. The local Diddy boxing club. The local Diddy boxing club. Y'all think y'all gonna be boxing? No, take them boxes off. Oh, y'all think y'all about to be boxing? No. At the Motel 5.5, y'all about to be doing push-ups, popping perk 10s and Viagra's, and it's going down. Don't drink the Hawaiian Punch. Yeah. You know, CC made the Hawaiian Punch. All right. You're going to feel a punch in your ass when you wake up. Dog. Oh, my God, bro. That is crazy. He said, I want to feel you. The universe told me that I need to contact y'all brothers physically. Okay. Niggas is weird, bro. Blue Bloods, nah. I'm going to be an affiliate. I'm not going to be an official member. Come on, man. 20 niggas in the room doing push-ups. Come on, man. Man, ain't nobody was in the room say, where the bitches at? Ain't nobody be like, where the bitches at? Nobody. Where the bitches? Hold on. Really? Come on. I have seen it earlier, and I sent it to Kobe like later because I had to listen to it again. Like I was like working, I was listening to it, and I'm like, oh, did it sound like what he said? Cause I think they posted yesterday on X. And then I listened to it again. I told Kobe, I said, shit. That nigga Fagnon trying to split Blue Blood cheeks. And he trying to split BFBGE. That nigga crazy. So who knows? He getting me like he been touched. Yeah, that nigga been touched. And I ain't talking about touched by Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory, touched by God. Niggas is weird, bro. Certified lover boy, certified pedophile, man. Certified lawyer, certified pedophile. He said, I sent that to Blue and asked him to explain. What does that explain? He wanted to be a full member. He had to let him bust it down. He said, no, brother, I can't go there. Now, that could just be his side. Maybe Fagnon come out and say, you know you gave me that pussy. I can tell you what color it is inside. You know, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Fagnon come out and say, that was Blue Blood trying to access my pussy. He's a liar. I got receipts. What if he got receipts? Who knows? This is crazy. And now you see why they got so much strong animosity towards the brother Crawford. Come on, man. They were like, you ain't come to the LDBC meet and greet? We're gonna greet you to a nice Backdoria Motel 5.5 community meetup. You know, we see who do the most push-ups, and like not one nigga in that video that's like, where the bitches at? When you go out of town, a lot of dudes that's single, where the bitches at? That's the first thing they said, where the bitches at? And where my dog? Where my dog at? Where my LDBC niggas at? I heard real talk. Real talk. I ain't gonna say Mexican Coach Malachi told me this. I'm talking shit. I ain't gonna tell you what I heard. But I heard outside of their little hotel room, it said no bitches allowed. No women allowed. Only transgender like Cece. Cece gotta hit it first, man. It's in the contract. I know that bitch came out of nowhere. I tell you, she tell a good ass story though. That bitch should narrate like Thug Love books. She should narrate all the Keisha Thug Love books. She missing her calling. And then Pam, her WIC card ran out. So she had to go to the truck stop and be a lot lizard for 5 hours and make $50 so she can buy a little 10, some 2% milk and some Wonder Bread. And then he come in, yeah, man, and then, you know, after she bought the Wonder Bread, man, she had to go ahead, man, and she went back to be a CNA. She had to get her SENA license, and she found the dope boy, man, who just got out of penitentiary, man. So, yeah, man, so then, you know, CC, what's that word? She had to be commendable at her job. Oh my God. Oh my God. I would never said that on live. I'd have never said that on live, bro. Yeah, Fanon said bust it open for a real one, man. I was like, yo, homie, you gotta lose a little bit of weight, man. Me and CC say we got a weight limit, man. Bud ruined their Boothang career, and they gonna help him forever. Of course he did. But if Canelo ruined Earl's career, we love Canelo, man. He got to come to the meet and greet at 5.5 Mile Hotel, man. Yes, sir, man. Yeah, I always wanted some cinnamon bussy. And truth be told, that's what he built his whole model of the local dummy box community on. His whole model was built off how Mexicans move, but you know niggas can never stay on code. So instead of going for all black fighters, right? And this, I'm serious. Instead of going for all black fighters, what they did was they started basically supporting fighters that gave them interviews and got them access and all that type of shit. So instead of just saying, you know what, we gonna be the Mexican version of the boxing community, we gonna stay on code and just support all black fighters. They can't do that. They couldn't do it. That's exactly what happened. They started picking and choosing. Oh, Regis don't want to interview with me. Fuck Regis. We ain't gonna support his fights. We gonna hate on him. Oh, Bud don't want to interview with us. And that's what it came. It became an anti-black box community. And then that hate they have for certain fighters, it started trickling it down into their members. Oh, he going live the same time as me, or he's stealing my content, or it became some nigga shit. That's exactly what it became. It became some nigga shit. They couldn't recreate the Mexican box community. That's what they really tried to do. And all they did, the hate for certain fighters that didn't come on their platforms or refused them an interview, all that hate turned into each other. And then it turned, oh man, you won't give me that bullshit, man. You can't be in the club. You got to be an affiliate. Juice Lee said, I'll never forget that live when Sandwich Boy was talking about he wanted, I quote, I want Bud stripped down to the nude. I knew he was a grandmaster of the baddie boy. Yeah, Backdooria. He always talking about, he like homosexual. Homosexual. He always talking about homosexuals and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, them niggas is weirdos, bro. And I ain't making it up. Y'all seen the video. If not, tell Kobe to post the link in the chat. Tell Kobe to post the link. It's on X. It's on Blue Bloods First. He said, brother, I can't go there. I can't split the loaf of bread for you. And then, Kobe said a long time ago he heard the least attorney, who is the offender in this list, that's an alleged offender in this list. He said he heard himself on this show that he used to go be into techno music back in the day. He used to go to the techno clubs. He started running off the name of the techno club sounds in Chicago, the techno songs. He was in that bitch with Barack. Dick riding Obama, literally. Most in prison dudes anyway would not be surprised. Yeah, of course. He told my man, yeah, man, I can't fight. I'm just gonna grab you. So if he couldn't fight in prison, what you think happened? Come on, man. That at least attorney said he was in the fucking techno clubs. Knew the songs and everything according to Kobe. Now he gonna try to go find the video and take it down or clip it out. Nah, nigga. You can mute the curse, but he said you can mute the words, but the curse is there. Come on, man. Let's talk about Davis and Bivol. Sound like Beavis and Butthead. Davis and Bivol. Stank Davis. Why y'all ain't giving Stank Davis and Bivol the same energy? I got energy. I got a lot of energy. Why do y'all get the same energy, bro? A lot of y'all, let's keep it funky. A lot of y'all like this Backdooria boxing. Tank another one. He another one. Allegedly, he been accused of batting on both sides of the plate. I mean, shout out to him. I mean, I don't think it's too far-fetched. Look how he move. He don't have a masculine bone in his body. Even when he fight like a Backdoorian. He fight like a Backdoorian. I got grease in my eye. No. Bitch was like, I ain't putting I didn't use no grease. He lying. I don't even use no grease. And now, Tank Davis is pretty much finessed y'all out the rematch. I'm going to tell you what they be doing, bro. It's just like Ryan Garcia finessed y'all. I can tell y'all ain't never been in the street. Y'all don't never see the play. And then you got people, and there's no disrespect to y'all. Y'all come back 4-5 years. CJ, you was right. You called it years ago. Of course I was right. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say what. We all seen the shit. It's like, remember Earl Spence came on Backdooria channel, King Backdooria, King Negro, King Piccolo head ass nigga. He said he wasn't fighting Bud. And everybody tried to act like he ain't say what he said. And I was the only nigga that stood on business. And that's one of the reasons I left that shit. That's where the problems are, because I told the truth. How you get mad at somebody for telling the truth is crazy. Especially when the truth ain't exposing nothing about you. You know what I mean? But I've been told y'all how Tank was moving. If you really feel like you the best on mamas and them, if you feel like you the best, you anxious to prove it, bro. If you really feel like you the best, a lot of people are so anxious to prove that they're worthy. They want to get out there and they just want to, they want to prove and be pound for pound and get these titles. He been talking like a company man. Al Heyman ain't have to bend him over and change him into no company man. He was a willing company man. He never believed in his skills. He never believed in his chin. He never believed in nothing. He never believed. He never believed. So when you got a particular person who don't believe in their skill set and don't believe in their abilities, this is what they do. Now, I never noticed when a lot of them guys like Devin and Shakur and them guys, they had fights lined up, he would never say nothing. When they had fights lined up, he would run his mouth. He would run his mouth. But when ain't nobody had no fight lined up, his Twitter page would be quiet. You know, y'all be saying like Boots Ennis is the biggest scam artist in boxing. Tank been scamming boxing for a long time, bro. He been scamming. 30 years old and don't have a have one good name on his resume. Who cares what Timothy Bradley's saying? I would murder Timothy Bradley in a debate about this. Nobody's trying to hear that bullshit. These niggas be talking out the side of their necks, bro. And you starting to realize, like, how the fuck did you become a world champion? But you gotta understand, they getting paid. He don't believe the shit that he's saying. He didn't think about shit. He thought about that Cash App or that wire that hit, and he started changing his mind. These niggas all for pay. And think about Ryan. When Ryan got caught pissed, what was the first thing he did? He blamed ashwagandha. His mother got sick, or he was going through a mental illness. All that's a distraction to distract you away from the actual play. All of them distractions is to distract you from the actual play. Ain't none of them man enough and be like, you know what, I don't want to fight him, or I took steroids and I was wrong. No, ain't nobody man enough. What Tony Braxton say? Be a man about it. But they ain't man about it. Ain't nothing manly about Ryan Garcia. Everything that's remotely close to being manly about Ryan Garcia is probably what he's shooting up his ass. Them kids probably ain't even Ryan Garcia. It's probably a front. He ain't got no kids. Them ain't his fucking kids. Niggas having front kids hide who they really are. So yeah, y'all ain't got no energy for Gervonta for not running it back for Lamont. Ain't nobody in the media talking about it. Ain't nobody pressing Tank about it. And you know it's true because Tank quiet. Tank quiet. Oh, we can rematch in July. Or then we can rematch August 16th. Bruh. Anybody seen a police report for that DV? Come on, man. This motherfucker catching DV cases allegedly just to get out of fights. He picking fights with his baby mama to get out of real fights. Y'all don't see the play, bro? He told y'all after the fight. He literally said, oh, I don't think I'm going to rematch him. I'm going to fight somebody else that's in the building tonight. And allegedly that was considered to be, or assumed to be, Jake Paul. Keep telling y'all, man, they tell on themselves. But when you live in the fairy tale world, when your mind is easily manipulated, like a lot of y'all mind is, all you got to do is look at the person. And look what they saying and look what they doing. Look how they moving. And you'll have your answer. But a lot of y'all listen to niggas with microphones, with alternative agendas. Y'all gangbanging promotional companies. You supposed to gangbang boxing. Y'all notice when it's a big fight, the whole sport of boxing feel like it's in its prime again. One big fight for one night or for one fight week can make boxing great again. So if y'all pushed and demanded greatness from these fighters and to do what they supposed to do, every week we should have a big boxing match. Every week. Every week. But y'all fight so hard to protect these dudes that we end up getting a lot of these pathetic ass fights. And that's what happened. We started to get a lot of subpar fights. So say what y'all want to say. But that's exactly what happened. Y'all control the programming. It's just not your dollar, or it's just not your time. You know, really, they go by a lot of different metrics. When we start talking about this. They go off Google Trends, and Google Trends talk about is basically the impressions of the internet on the impressions, the clicks, the tags, the buzzwords or the words like Tank Davis and the fight words and people on the undercard. All that goes into all that goes into consideration on how popular a fight is. And if y'all stop hiding cowards like Gervonta Davis, and it's just simply disdain for other fighters. It's simply, basically that's what it is. Why do people hate Devin Haney? You can say because he got his daddy and all that can be true. But they hate him because he was a threat to Gervonta Davis. Shakur Stevenson is a very unlikable person. I would be the first and the last person to tell you that. But why don't a lot of people like him for real? They don't care if a nigga coon or not. Because if they cared if people cooned or not, they wouldn't fuck with Gervonta Davis, right? So it ain't on some type of personal no personal preference, or it's not on no type of I got a standard or I got a code. No, it ain't about that. It's simply about they don't like the dude because another dude don't like him. That's it. So then they start this smear campaign because they don't want to see a great fight. Same thing with Spencer Crawford. What they were saying, oh, I don't want to see that fight. No way. We don't need to see that fight. Who don't want the best for boxing? Who don't want the best possible? When boxing has big and great fights that people want to see, it is special. No other sport can really fuck with a big fight night. And pretty much it mirrors what you see in society today. It's what you see in society today. Once you see men being men, it's shamed. See, it ain't shame to say these hoes get on the internet and say I had a train ran on me, or how many STDs, or how many baby daddies, or it's not shame when they show their cheeks, when they show their breastises, when they talk about their sexual history. It ain't shame. But it's shame when a man is being a man. It's shame when a man is being a man. Look no further than Devin Haney and Bill Haney. It's shame when his daddy doing his thing. Nobody had this much outrage when Angel Garcia was calling Crawford a nappy-headed nigga. Nobody had this much shame when Stevie Kim was allegedly calling Al Heyman a black Hitler. Nobody had this much shame, in the game when, even when Victor Ortiz quit in the ring. Out of all the coontivity that Shakur did, a lot of y'all black people who would be like, oh, if you marry out or if you sleep with white women, you a coon. But none of the coonery that Shakur did stopped y'all from rooting for him. None of the coonery that Keyshawn Davis do stop y'all from that. Where does he draw the line at? None of the time coonery, that Gervonta Davis did makes y'all stop being a fan. He do all this hating on black fighters, right? He do all this hating on black fighters. And stop me when I'm lying. He do all this hating on black fighters, but it never stopped y'all from being a fan. Y'all act like he ain't said it. But then he sit there and he dick suck motherfucking Canelo. Y'all act like he ain't say that. Same thing with the Backdooria crew. Come on, same thing with the Backdooria crew. They sit here do all this hate on Bud, but they ain't talking nothing about, I guarantee you, they ain't talking nothing about Canelo and him being on the juice. I'm telling y'all, man, all these dudes are sellouts, bro. Simp Bradley, y'all know this nigga. He became a fighter, started making some money, or he became a professional boxer. First thing he did when he came up is went to get the bitch that he lusted for in high school, who already had kids and played Kappa Saber Bradley. Fuck out of here. This is the caliber of niggas that we dealing with, bro. They want Brad acceptance, bro, and that's a fact. They want to be accepted by Julio, Brad, all them. All them, man, these niggas is some, I've been calling it out from day one. So I can't say I ain't been calling it out. And it still behooves me when people be like, oh, why you don't like Shakun? Like, bruh. The question is, what do you like about Shakun? Right? But then you got this McBuster, Dimitri Bivol. Don't think I wasn't going to get on McBuster here when he did not win that second fight. Because y'all don't know shit about boxing. I felt that he won the first fight, but he didn't win the second fight. Arthur Beterbiev, gave him, I felt like was a fair and duration rematch. He did that pretty much by today's standard pretty fast. He gave him a fair one. Now, what is coming out to be, Mark Ramsey, who trains a lot of Canadian fighters, if you know the history of boxing, especially the last 20-something years or something close to that, maybe more like 15, he's trained a lot of fighters. I think he also trained John Pascal, right? He is quoted saying on Boxing 24/7, which used to be called Eastside Boxing, by the way, he said that Dimitri Bivol has gone missing in negotiations. So therefore, Beterbiev is taking a stay busy fight versus this brother. I believe he's from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. His last name is like Nicholson. Okay? And he's fighting him. So, because Dimitri Bivol has gone missing at the negotiation table. What did he do before? He aged Beterbiev out, waited till he came off a knee injury, and then he wanted to fight him. But nobody called it out. So when you're really good in boxing, they don't like you. When you're a threat in boxing, they don't like you. So nobody's calling this out, man. None of the other fighters call it out. It's just certain things they won't call out. They won't call out. When they don't like you, for whatever reason, if it's too good, or the promotion or boxing powers that be behind you and boxing not behind you, they don't call out the tomfoolery. And to me, it's sad. Because I feel like I'm one of the only few channels that call it how you see it. You can watch my content, and a lot of the times, you don't know who I like or who I don't like. Because I try to call it as much down the middle as possible. Only thing I can do that can be super duper biased, that I really don't say nothing about, I just don't watch certain niggas fights. I just ain't gonna do it. This past weekend, if I knew that fight was in Chicago, I probably would have went. I ain't gonna lie. But in general, if I don't find the fight scintillating, I won't watch it. I will lay up and watch a chick flick before I do that. So, I just won't watch it. I won't cover it unless something significant in the fight happens. I think that's my bias, right? That's my major bias right there. I just won't watch that shit. Like Clarissa Shields, I ain't give a fuck about that woman fighting. I wish niggas stop fronting like they cared about female boxing. A lot of niggas don't care about them women fighting. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean. Y'all do not care about these women fighting. And you trying to get geriatric Layla Ali off the couch, married, still looking good, and she pulling out Ann Wolf and Muhammad Ali ex-wife. Why don't you go fight fucking Ronda Rousey in a 1-on-1 if you want to make some money? Go fight Chris Cyborg in a 1-on-1 or whatever in the boxing ring to go make some money. These motherfucking Keishas, these niggas in general, don't never got the same energy for Becky, for Hector, for Julia. they never got this same energy, man. They never got this same energy, bro. And this is what this message is all about. Nobody keeps the same energy. They have all this ill will towards black people and other black men and women, but they never got that energy versus the other. Never. They never do, bro. Oh, excuse me, Rhonda. I would just like to, call you out for a fight. No. That's how they go. When it's Layla, yeah, bitch, get off the couch. Your bitch is 50 years old. Excuse me, I don't mean to call you a bitch, but she 50 years old. Like, fuck out of here. She ain't hurting for no money. Beautiful black family. That's all. Come on, man. Fuck out of here. Well, I'm gonna get off the couch and I'm 50 years old. So if 10 or 15 million or 510 and she ain't moving off the couch, she don't need it. She good. She didn't took care of her money. Her husband was a receiver in the NFL. He done took care of his bread. They don't need the money. She's too busy being a mother. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But carrying on back to Bivol, ain't nobody calling a spade with Bivol. Nobody calling a spade with Bivol. And for the most part, it's quite sad. It is quite sad that y'all don't like certain fighters so much that wrong is right and right is right. So it don't matter how you treat them. So if the fans don't demand it, if the fans don't call it out, you got to ask yourself, why ain't they calling this out? Are they hiring bots on the internet? Are they paying media to be quiet? Don't forget De La Hoya said Canelo and them allegedly paid people not to talk about all that shit going on. And I get the YouTubers not having any journalistic integrity, right? That's where the line is drawn at between people that went to college for journalism and people that YouTube and do their own individual shit because them niggas don't have no code. They don't have a journalistic integrity. They don't have a journalistic, none of that. But as a human being, you should have some type of integrity. That's why I tell y'all, these dudes not good for boxing. These channels ain't good for boxing, bro. They not. When something go left, they lose their keyboard, they lose their microphone, or they start making up lies, right? Like, why ain't people on Bivol head? Better BF. Imagine this is Better BF who didn't want to shoot the fair one again with him. They'd be murdering him. This is a gentleman's sport, and it's a whole bunch of people acting not gentleman-like. Not gentleman-like. Y'all act like I'm trying to talk about why the sport ain't where it should be. Right? Oh man, the sport. Yeah, because y'all don't demand it, bruh. Y'all don't demand it. Start applying pressure on these fights that you want to see. They didn't milk the game enough. They didn't, got rich off tune-ups. At some point, nobody should be taking a tune-up. Boots shouldn't be tuning up. Go right for it. We done had enough tune-ups. Go right for the big fights. Go right for the big fights. You can tell this car ain't moved all day. It's still at the same McDonald's cup from this morning. Maybe the motherfucker work nights. Who knows? I remember I was talking to a chick like some years ago. I was like, yeah, we met at the laundromat shit. I'm like, I gotta fold my clothes. Who folds clothes? I'm like, man, these bitches is lost out here, bro. Y'all ain't folding y'all clothes no more. Y'all just dumpy. Y'all just living out the dirty clothes basket, huh? Fuck it. Y'all just living out the dirty clothes basket. It's a nasty world. It's a dirty game. They just living out the dirty clothes bucket. They just living out the dirty clothes bucket. Crazy, right? But yeah, Bivol, why I ain't stepping on Bivol? And now they saying, oh yeah, we're aiming for Better BF and David Benavidez now. I'm like, that's cool. I can't get mad at it, but that's why you lose a lot of respect for people, man. All y'all got platforms, and y'all got microphones, and y'all got keyboards. Y'all can talk about this, but nobody talk about it no more. A lot of these people, boxing just done lost. A lot of men done lost their way, bro. Yo, what did Scarface say? All you got is your balls and your work. All you got is your balls and your word. Niggas ain't got that no more. A lot of men ain't got that at all. We so lost. But then, you had Keyshawn Davis. He went on Area Halani show. I only seen a little clip. He started apologizing. Yeah, he started apologizing off this little bit of clip. He started apologizing. I'm gonna tell you what happened with him too. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell you what actually happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened with Keyshawn real quick. And what happened with Keyshawn Davis and him, excuse me. They cut his water off. They probably took some money from him. Yeah, they probably took some bread from him. From Keyshawn Davis, they took bread from him. And they shelved him. Do y'all remember when Nicholas Walters, y'all remember when he refused the Lomachenko fight? And they shelved him for a year. And then after he refused the Lomachenko fight, and they shelved him for a year, they basically gave him a low ball offer and they starved him out. That's pretty much what they doing to Keyshawn Davis. But the thing about it is, Keyshawn got a lot of leverage. Yup. Let me explain why Keyshawn got a lot of leverage. Keyshawn has a lot of leverage because their roster is trash at Top Rank. Their roster is trash right now. Their roster is in a transition. So basically, the whole story go like this. For people who don't know the whole story, before I get off here. Pretty much, he was like 2 pounds off from making weight. Right? I don't know if this is at the weigh-in or this is, I think it was like a day before the fight or something. He was like 2 pounds off from making weight. Right? They hired in like that scooter guy that comes in for Ryan Garcia. He's a weight cut specialist. What's the other chick? Krista Shields says she used him. He's solid. So they help you cut weight. Right? They help you cut weight in a fast time, right? This may be like hot sauna baths and all this type of stuff because you didn't cut weight the right way. Okay? Top Rank brings this guy in. I want to say allegedly it might be a day before the weigh-in. I don't even think it was a day of the weigh-in. They bring him in to lose the last 2 pounds. Allegedly it goes that Keyshawn Davis refused to lose the last 2 pounds. So he refused to lose the last 2 pounds and said, fuck it. He blew the fight off. Me personally, I don't think he wanted to fight Edwin De Los Santos. I think he thought he was going to get knocked out. He didn't want to fight a puncher. I think him offering De Los Santos to fight, in my opinion, if we being real, I think it was a bluff. And Edwin De Los Santos coming off a year layoff, he called Keyshawn Davis bluff. That's my opinion on that, right? And that's what happened on that. And they was already mad when he refused to make the weight. The word is he was just 2 pounds off. If my memory serves me correctly, he was about 2 pounds off. No. And he said, fuck it. I ain't gonna try to make the weight. So right then and there, his inability or his refusal to make the weight, Top Rank had already lost money. You got to remember, his fans was asking for their money back. Remember his brother Keyshawn, or the youngest one, I think it's Keyshawn, got on social media talking, threatening people, saying, "Don't come up to me asking for your money back." So he lost a lot of money because he didn't want to fight De Los Santos allegedly to begin with. So they probably was gonna shelf him based off that. All right. Then you get there, and he goes into the man locker room. Now he said he didn't jump him, he didn't cause no harm, but you didn't have no business going into his locker room, putting his kid in danger. Another alleged thing is if ESPN were to work with Top Rank again, they said they do not want Keyshawn on their network. So think about it. The reputation bad. Walt Disney is one of the biggest networks. They just acquired the NFL Red Zone NFL Network. They just acquired, excuse me, acquired the streaming rights to the WWE. They have Marvel, ABC Network, ESPN, Star Wars. I think Hulu. You know what I'm saying? So you turned off one of the now they own portions of the NFL media company, NFL's platforms. Now the NFL owns equity in Walt Disney. So for the most part, you didn't sever a strong relationship by going into a man locker room. And then you got to remember, before that happened, he laughing and eat nachos at the fight, and he didn't blew off weight, so he pissed off his hometown. He lost Top Rank a buku load of money, right? He pissed off one of the biggest companies in America, Walt Disney. He refused to apologize, and when he did apologize, it was backhanded. You know a nigga is disingenuous like him when he started talking about in this interview, Ariel Hawani. Oh God, I'm doing this because God, man, God, these nuts. You doing this because they cut your water off, homeboy. They cut your pockets off, and you ain't say shit. You can't go long, before you got to start, getting some dope together and selling some dope. That nigga probably broke. He gonna be broke real, real soon. You were so prideful and not. First and foremost, you should have called that man out your outright and apologized to that man like a man. Then you should have issued him a public apology, but you did not do that. You so prideful and Top Rank need me, boxing don't need Keyshawn Davis, my nigga. You ain't bigger than the program. And your Keisha pride got the best of you. Being the Keisha got the best of you. And now you lost them white folks' money. You pissed the white folk Walt Disney company off, and now look at you. Basically, you on a fucking apology tour instead of on an award tour. With Muhammad and my man, you on the apology tour, nigga. Because you wanted to sit there and be ignorant. He was ignorant in so many ways. He was ignorant for missing weight because he didn't want to fight the man. Don't sign the contract. Then, on top of that, ignorant, you eat nachos and you playing in the camera faces to fight in front of your fans. Then you endanger your son and your family by going in that man locker room. That's 3-time ignorant nigga. He struck out there. Then the ignorant nigga, you know what I'm saying? He go out there and he refused to apologize. And that's strike 4. Strike 5, he give a backhanded compliment. Strike 6, he put God into it. You lying piece of shit. This nigga struck out twice. It's over with, bro. They gonna starve your little ass out. Just a little bit. But let that be a lesson to you, bro. It ain't no fucking game you playing with these folks' money like that. And he'll grow from this, and you pray that he grow, he get more mature. You know what I'm saying, from this. But any fucking dumb nigga that endanger their own seed, man, come on, man. You put your girlfriend in danger. You put that man in danger. They really should cut his ass, to be honest. They should cut him. They should cut him. But They ain't got no fighters to begin with, man. That's all I had to say, man. I ain't gonna rap too much longer, man. Cause it's already late. But it feel bad. I feel bad. I mean, I don't feel bad for them, but they make these mistakes, man, and they think this shit is a game, bro. As a black man, you probably are lucky to get a second shot at life. You lucky to get two opportunities. You lucky to get one opportunity. You damn sure lucky to get anything after one or two opportunities, after two or three two opportunities. So I don't understand that. And he parades around, and I don't care nothing about a title. I'm a businessman. I don't want to pass. Everybody want to skip the steps. Everybody want to skip the steps. Everybody wants some money. Don't nobody want to work for the money. And that's one thing about social media. Everybody think everybody got rich quick. And people that get rich quick, they lose it quick. He was like, yeah, I want to fight Redmondo Mortella because I don't want to pay another sanctioning fee and this, that, and the third. It's like, all right, bro, you a businessman. Like, too young to be thinking like that. When you that young like Keyshawn, you supposed to be running through and killing shit. Anything that's moving, you supposed to be killing it. Anything that's standing in your way, you supposed to kill it and get out of there. You find it funny, a lot of guys like Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Javante Davis, even Ryan Garcia, Regis Prograis, they hate on Devin Haney, but ain't none of them niggas did half of what that man did. Say what you want to say about Devin Haney and the way his dad has, done his career, but who done more than him? He won every belt in boxing. He won every belt in boxing. And I heard an interview where Brian Norman was saying, oh, in Mexico, he got money and he start acting different. That nigga come from money, nigga. Like, literally, he's always had money. Like, what are we talking about? He come from money. You can't get mad at people who choose what they choose to do with their money. If they want to be flashy with it, so be it. If they want to be more conservative with their money, hey, I'm more on that side of it. But ain't none of y'all niggas did as much as he did. But all y'all do is more hating than he did. Gary Anton Russell ain't did what he did. And never gonna do what he did while he dealing with Al. Richardson Hitchinson ain't never did what he did. He never gonna do what he did. Already. Ryan Garcia may never been a world champion. Javante never had a heart to do what he did. Shakur Stevenson, he fighting on niggas undercards. That should say enough. Consistently an undercard ass nigga. So say what you want to say about Bill. Bill put his son in the position that Brian Norman Sr. can only hope to put his son in. That Javante, Gary Anton Russell can hope to be put in that position. And maybe if they had a fucking daddy that was around, no pun intended for the Russell, their dad was a solid brother, but just saying, some of these niggas had a daddy was wrong, maybe they would be moving a little bit different. Maybe niggas would be crashing out in the locker rooms and shit. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is, bro. A lot of this shit is you ain't gonna level up being jealous. And boxing ain't gonna level up by y'all protecting the Javante Davises and the Bivols of the world. Call this shit out, man. Call it out. They need to hear that shit. They need to feel that pressure. Why did Errol Spence fight Terrence Crawford? Because he knew niggas in he was gonna see niggas in Dallas and he couldn't look them straight in the face. He knew when he seen people in Dallas, he couldn't look them straight in the face no more. If he didn't fight Bud Crawford. Even with the loss, at least he can go back home with his hell high, and he can say, I fought these guys. I fought the guy. But he never fought him. Like, nigga could never show his face with respect again. And that's just what it is. That's why he fought Bud. He didn't fight Bud because Al wanted it or not wanted it. He didn't fight Bud because it was the right thing to do or it was the boxing thing to do. It was the masculine thing to do. He fought Bud because he couldn't show his face in the hood and still get the same respect that he got. That's what it boiled down to. He didn't do that for boxing. These niggas are not boxing fans. You start talking about the history of boxing. Did you know Keith Thurman said he didn't start watching Roy Jones until he fought Felix Trinidad? They don't care nothing about boxing. These niggas are mercenaries. They're here to extract as much money in boxing for as little work as possible. They don't want to punch the clock, but they want to get paid. Y'all haven't noticed that yet? There's only a handful of true fighters in boxing. You talking about guys like Deontay Wilder, guys like Crawford, guys like Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury. There's only a handful. Most of these niggas, they fight for popularity. They fight for money. That's it. They don't fight because I like to fight. They don't fight because I want to be the best. They don't fight because I want to be pound for pound. They fight to be. Adrian Broner fought to be a celebrity. He didn't really fight for the money. He fought just to be a celebrity. They not fighting to prove that they fighting to survive, financially survive. Y'all can't tell? There's no more hunger in boxing left. You know, a new way, it's a couple hungry fighters. They literally fighting for $1, bro. That's it. They not fighting to be world champion. They not fighting to be undisputed. They not fighting to be the best. They don't want to be the best. Most of these guys, if you gave them another avenue to make money, they would not choose boxing. So, hope y'all enjoyed the stream, man. Peace.